Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction video. My name is James.
Brush.
And today we are going to be watching Hamilton. So this is going to be the filmed stage version. We just did a bunch of Star Kid musicals. I wanted to keep the musical kick count going. We put up a poll on Patreon and you guys all wanted us to watch Hamilton. So we're going to be watching Hamilton. You don't really know anything about this movie, right?
No, nothing.
Or play, filmed version. So roughly what I know is that it's like about the Founding Fathers, but it's kind of like a reimagining, hip-hop style. I've heard a lot of the music. I don't know actually a lot about Hamilton fully. I know some of the stuff towards the end. I know Aaron Burr is in it, and I know that there's a chance that we're both vaguely related to Aaron Burr, so don't hate us. But beyond that, I don't really know anything about it. I've never seen it on Broadway. I've been wanting to, but I've never seen it. This is the original Broadway cast, I believe. And then the guy who wrote the musical is Hamilton. So Lin-Manuel Miranda is the guy who wrote the music. He did some music for Moana and a few other things like that. You might recognize him from that.
Okay.
He is Hamilton, so he's singing as well. So yeah, I'm excited. As always, thank you guys for watching. Next week's reaction, which is going to be Sweeney Todd, is going to be up on Patreon, as well as the full-length version of this reaction. So we're going a little bit of musical kick. Yeah, check out our Patreon if you guys want to vote on what kind of musicals we can watch next. I want to see if we can keep this going as long as possible. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let's just get into this one here. Wow. I don't know if this is going to be edited or the full if I can put the full version on YouTube without getting killed by copyright. I will, because I was kind of stunned for the last like 30 minutes there. But what did you think?
I mean, I really enjoyed just being able to see, you know, the different sides a lot of times, right?
Yeah.
I think they played it very well.
Yeah, I think they definitely took Hamilton's side.
No, but yeah, I mean, obviously,
like you can't take it as a history lesson.
No,
necessarily.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I feel like they were. How should I say? They didn't portray anyone as, you know, pure evil.
Mm-hmm. I really like that.
You know, because even Burr was like you would very much understand like where he was coming from, and it's just I feel like in this case and how they portrayed it, Hamilton was obviously just the better man.
Yeah,
but I feel like that doesn't make Burr, you know, necessarily. Yeah, I don't know, whatever you want to call him, evil or.
And I mean, either way, I actually don't know. I know some of the rough points, but I don't know like the history of it probably as much as I should. So it's hard to say. But I also feel like in telling a narrative, like even if it's a historical narrative, when you're doing a thing like this, you kind of have to take a side.
Yeah. And
so I think they took Hamilton's side and they told it that way. But at the same time, credit to them for also being pretty fair, even about Burr and different things like that, which was really cool to see, I think.
Yeah, I think they kind of covered this topic of, you know, the whole who's going to tell your story thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like that is a big thing as to, you know, what the truth is, or
of course
that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of that happened here, of dependent on who tells it, it may or may not be,
of course,
what really happened, sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool. I like, you know, covering that sort of idea. Or
yeah, I think it's really, like, you have to go, that's why they always say with history, you have to go back to, like, the original source documents or whatever, because it's, if not, you know, the victors write the history, essentially.
Yeah.
Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. So it's cool. I like how they kind of brought that into action. I liked that even things they didn't have a narrative for, they kind of admitted that they didn't know what happened, but then they were like, this is kind of like how we're going to spin it. And I thought that was cool. It was a cool way of being like, okay, we don't necessarily know, but at the same time, we're telling a story, so we're going to tell a story. That was really cool. And I just like stuff like this in general. Like, I think it's cool that there are historical pieces like this. I think that's important. I think it's cool. I mean, like, I don't know about other people's reactions, but my immediate reaction is like, wow, I probably don't know enough about my country, and I probably want to learn more about my country. Which I think is cool that you can have a work like this. It's like a cool narrative if you enjoy it for its sake, or it kind of like pushes you to, I don't know, learn more, become more interested in things like that. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This was so cool. I thought some of the musical numbers and the way they used the stage and style, and I liked that, you know, the elevator pitch I always kind of heard was that it was kind of like American history kind of reimagined in a hip hop sort of style. But honestly, I liked how it wasn't just hip hop. Like there were totally other numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the King, but like other things that they like mixed with it, which it was just super cool. Like when Jefferson comes back, like that whole first number when he came back was a completely different style, and I really liked that.
Yeah.
That made it very just unique and cool.
I mean, I like that they kept the sort of aesthetic. They didn't completely remake it, right? They sort of kept the same, you know, feel of how it would be back then, but they, you know, altered it a bit, right? So
yeah, and I'm okay with that. It's cool because it it's really cool. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, depending, I don't know if this is the full version on YouTube, then the full reaction is going to be on YouTube. If not, full reaction is up on Patreon. I haven't decided what I'm going to do or what I will be allowed to do just due to copyright limitations. Either way, next week's reaction, which is going to be Sweeney Todd, is going to be up on Patreon. So if you guys want to go check that out, it supports us, and that's going to be up there. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you all in the next video.